Morning everyone. This is a video about a GE profile dishwasher where the upper tray is not cleaning dishes at all. So the suspect is that this upper arm is not spraying at all. Therefore the upper dishes are not getting clean. So beyond which everyone knows, checking that these holes are clear of debris, which happens quite a bit, and that's not the case in mine. They're all clear from both the upper arm and the middle arm. Here's how you diagnose it. First of all, the water inlet valve back there is timed for 1 minute, I believe. This float switch actually doesn't do anything with respect to how much water gets in it, which I think is one of the problems. This is timed for 1 minute, so if you have any kind of restriction in your supply line, that 1 minute will vary how much water actually gets into the tank, in the bottom, in the sump and all that. And that's critical to how this operates. So I timed mine, it is 1 minute, and it basically filled up to right around here where the main screen is, which is not enough. What was happening is the unit was cavitating due to the lack of water. The bottom was working pretty well, this sprayer here, but the middle ones, water was kind of coming through the holes at a sporadic, pulsating, but not enough to make them turn. So obviously that's the question. It had a lot of air in it. So I could tell that there was not enough water. So I filled up 5 of these. I guess this is 12 ounces or something maybe. Added it to where the water level comes to about here. And that's where the pump quit cavitating. The flow was not pulsating out of the back jet there, hole. And this started to actually spray very hard and rotate. So it's critical that to have enough water in the basin to make this operate. Now I haven't done anything with this unit. It was working great just a while ago. I suspect there's maybe a piece of rust in the supply line that's causing a blockage a little bit, and the 1 minute's just not getting enough water out. So I've ordered a inlet valve relay to replace that, just in case, but I'm going to go ahead and take it apart and see if there's a restriction in the supply line at the inlet valve that's causing this not to come out as much as it should for the 1 minute period. So here's a couple of tips on diagnosing this. Use a foil which lets you cover the bottom and let it spray and not restrict it, but let you operate the unit with the door open and not get completely soaked. So here I'm going to show how you can do that. Take a fork, screwdriver, whatever you want. This little white tab here is what engages, that tells the unit that the door is closed. So I'm going to go ahead and start the unit and show you how that's done so that you can actually see what's happening when the unit works. Since I'm holding the video, I'm going to go ahead and close it, and I'm going to start. So what happens on the start is, now that I've done that, I can go in here and just push this down, and you can see my water flow has started. Now that water flow on other models that I've seen squirts out kind of in a direct, comes right out of the hole. This one kind of dribbles. It's coming out, but it's not coming out at the rate it should be. So again, this is a 1 minute timer only, and it fills the basin for 1 minute at whatever rate that flow is allowing through that inlet valve. This is where the problem is with mine, and you'll see it here in a minute. After a minute, the basin will be filled up, not adequately, and when the pump starts, the motor starts to cavitate. So I'm going to keep this going. Sorry for holding the video at the same time. I'm going to put a weight on top of that foil because when it does start, it's going to shoot. Okay, so I'm back to holding down the thing. The door, there goes the shooting. Now, let me hold this down while I'm... Unfortunately, this is hard to do because the door wants to... Okay, let me try it now. The water is shooting out good. See how it's pulsating out of the jets? And there's a lot of air in the water, you can see. It's not pure water, it's kind of aerated water. And it's pulsing, so the thing's not turning. Now I'm going to stop it. And I'm going to add five things of water, simulating a better amount of water. 1, 2, 3. Now notice the water is coming up to the edge there. 4. 5. So you can see the water now, it's not coming to the corner here, but it's coming where it's at the bottom of that overflow. Now this is a safety thing just to make sure that you don't flood the unit. It has absolutely nothing to do with how much water's in it and when to stop the inlet valve. That's strictly timed. But I believe on a good valve that opens completely and is not obstructed, the water for a minute on the given residential should come up to probably about these slits in that overflow valve. Probably about there. Definitely have water here beyond the heating element. A lot more than what I had. Now if that's 12 ounces of water, 5 of those, that's 60 ounces more of water that I put in. But now watch what happens when I turn it on now. I'm gonna put another knife so that I don't get sprayed on in here. You can put it in the upper arm here. That'll keep that from rotating. And so I can hold the camera, I will stick this one in here to keep this firm against there so the jets will work. Now watch what happens with the jets. They're gonna crank. Sorry, let me put my foot up here. Here we go. Ready? See how much better that is? It's actually spraying. I'm holding down that white button. Look at how good they're spraying. It's water, not aerated water. It's not cavitating. You've got huge flow. So anyway, I think the lesson learned here on these dishwashers is, yeah, you can't see what's going on inside them, but you can start the cycle with the door open. It's just a matter of using some object. I did a towel originally, but really this works great. This is a big old foil pan for baking. But that lets that jet shoot unrestricted, but not get you soaking wet. So again, you can see back there in the corner where the water level was. And like I said, it comes to the top of these guys. Again, why it's important to have this thing level as well so that the basin is filled properly. Mine, you can tell, since this has some water and this end probably in the same location doesn't, I probably have mine tilted a little bit this way. But nonetheless, the basin has got a lot more water in it. So now what I'm gonna do, that I've confirmed that yeah, it's a water issue, is, like I said, take the unit out, clean out that supply inlet valve, make sure there's nothing obstructing it. If there's nothing obstructing it, you know, maybe even replace it. But definitely have found out the problem, and use this little trick to turn the thing on so you can actually see what's happening. Is the best thing on how to diagnose what's going on with your jets. And again, clearing these holes is something I don't even have to say, because everyone knows that those get clogged. They get clogged often, and that's a big restriction that you want to check first, is to make sure that those holes are all clear, and then go for figuring out what else could be happening. Hope this video helped. I think it should have, based on being able to see what's going on with the door open. And good luck with your repair. Again, this is a GE profile dishwasher. Good luck. Thanks for watching.